What up, YouTube? It's your main man, Boys for Life, coming at you with an intro before the intro. Now, what I want to talk about you real quick is that since I don't have 1,000 subscribers, I cannot be live on my phone, which I'm on my phone more than my laptop. What I'm going to do from now on is I'm going to start putting my PayPal and my Cash App in the description box so you can make that donation. And the reason why I'm doing it is because for you, the subscriber. You know, y'all guys come in here, y'all comment, y'all, you know, argue, you troll, you whatever you do. And from that, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Now, the only people that are gonna have this is YouTube, you know, unless the people that I deal with directly, you know, in my personal life. Now, that's the way I know my donations are gonna come from YouTube, is because the only ones that have it are YouTube and the people I deal with directly. Now, I'm gonna see how it goes the first couple months. I'm not gonna touch the money until it's time for giveaways or whatever, you know, for hats, you know, for jerseys, you know, for shirts, whatever the case may be, coffee mugs, koozies, you know, whatever the pennants, you know, whatever the case may be. I just want to give back to the people that have shown me love, that have shown me, you know, kindness and whatnot, because I truly appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming in and watching my videos. So, without further ado, what's going on, YouTube? It's your main man, Boys for Life, coming at you with another fucking video. Now, I said I was going to do a couple predictions this year before the before the league started, the season started, and I did mine when the schedule came out. It's a bit early, but, you know, that's what I wanted to do. Then, I said I was going to do one after the draft, and I'm going to do it right now. But, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let the video roll back and do it, because what did I tell y'all? You know, I don't like using media too much. I don't like putting media stuff out here too much. I've done it a couple of times only to back what I said and make fun of certain media shit just to get my point across. But today, the NFL Network did a prediction on the Dallas Cowboys, and I love when I'm right. I love when I'm right. I mean, I don't value the analysis, opinions too much. And what sucks is, especially if you're just an analysis and you've never played the game, but when you're an ex-player and you're an analysis and I hold you to a higher standard and you just kind of talk nonsense, I really don't value what you say. Like last year, a lot of these guys had the Giants winning the fucking division. And they finished, what, third or fourth? They finished fourth, right? They finished fourth? It's just mind-blowing. But, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't value what they're going to say about the Cowboys, because I'm just going to tell you right now, what they said about the Cowboys is good. There's some certain things that I'm like, nah, I don't think we'll win that game. But for the most part, I agree with what they say. So I'm going to let the first 9 games roll through, and then I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm going to play the last 8 games. So, cue the footage.
Dallas Cowboys very well. So let's start it off with a W. I haven't beaten the Giants. W again. They're going to beat the Redskins. There's too much inconsistency on the offensive side. I know I love Rosen. I'm a big Dolphins fan, but we're going to give them a W there with the Dolphins. Well, they're going to take their first loss with the Saints.
L.
In New Orleans. It's tough to play. I've been there 3 times last year. It was really tough. All right, week 5. Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers. They didn't do enough for me offensively to help them out. So go ahead and give the Cowboys a W there. As much as I love the Jets and I love Le'Veon Bell, a W there for the Dallas Cowboys. Eagles.
Logan's enjoying this.
Yeah, I mean, Logan, we may have a chance to go to Dallas and catch a game if Jerry's watching. W right here. W.
Are there any reasons for all this, or just like, hey, they're real good?
No.
They're not.
I just think some teams are better than others, but for me, this first half is pretty simple. You get a fast start, you get rolling.
Now you see that? You see the 7-1? Didn't I tell you in my video before my prediction video before. 7-1 is how we were going to start out the first 8 games. Now let's break it down. The Giants, their number 6 overall pick is probably going to sit for 2 or 3 years. As Dave Gettleman said. I mean, do we believe everything he says? No, no, you just don't. But, you know, Eli's probably going to play for a year or 2 more. So Daniel Jones is probably going to sit for another year or 2. Washington is just a cowboy killer. I just see Dwayne Haskins going in there trying to be gung-ho and do too much just to prove everyone and fuck himself over. Montez Sweat, I don't know. I don't think he'll be as big as the factor as everyone thinks he's going to be for this defense. Kerrigan is still going to lead that defense, and it's still not going to be enough. The Dolphins, well, they're just the fun. Josh Rosen, really, he went from one horrible offensive line to another horrible offensive line, with still no weapons. In fact, he lost a weapon because he had Fitzgerald, and the Dolphins have who? I don't even know. So then we go to the first loss of the season, and I do agree, but it could be a toss-up between the Saints and at the Superdome. So, you know, it's a toss-up, and I'm going off of what we did last year, but we're playing this time. We're playing there in New Orleans at the Superdome, so I'm going to give it to New Orleans. With that being the big reason. The reason why I'm using even the media is because I don't want to go through each team and give my reasons. The reason that it's there already. You know, I don't want to go out and talk about this game. You know what? I'm just going to break it down of why we're going to get these wins. And then it's Green Bay. Green Bay didn't do much. They didn't do too much. They went, I think they reached for Savage, which he could have been taken in the second round. They signed the guy from, under the other safety from Chicago. I forget what his name is. But Green Bay didn't do anything on the offensive side of the ball to be able to overpower the Cowboys' defensive play, because we all know the Cowboys were a top 5 team last year. So, and I think we only are getting better. Our second year under Chris Richard, I think it's only going to get better. So that's the win there. And then we go to the Jets. Yes, they got Le'Veon Bell, who sat out a whole season, who doesn't have a great offensive line. They signed Mosley, right? And then I forgot who they drafted. It wasn't Ed Oliver. I forgot who the fuck they drafted with their pick. But it's still not going to be enough to beat the Dallas Cowboys. And then we go to the game. I'm buying my tickets next fucking week, and I can't wait. Buy my tickets next fucking week. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to be so excited when I buy these fucking tickets. Anyway, we go and we're the Philadelphia, the shitbirds are coming to AT&T State or Jerry World there in Arlington, and it's gonna be a fun game. Our defense got a hell of a lot better, or is gonna be a hell of a lot better. Hopefully Tank is ready to go by that time. And what is it, week 7? I think he's gonna be there. That's week 7, so hopefully he'll be ready by that time. I just don't think the Eagles did enough to be able to sweep us, in my opinion. I really don't. They drafted an offensive lineman, was it right tackle, replacing Jason Peters' spot. But see, here's the thing. This guy is a pass-blocking machine, apparently, allowing 1 sack in his whole collegiate career. And the way I hear a lot of Philadelphia fans want to use him is, oh, if it's a passing play, we're going to bring him in, 3rd and long, or, a third, if it's a passing play, we're going to bring him in. If it's a run play, maybe he'll come out. Well, then that's telling your hand, just like in poker, just like when you're playing baseball and you're in the glove and you're moving it, you don't want to tell your hand, so that's why you're constantly moving it. Even if you're just going to throw a fastball, you're constantly changing it so it doesn't look like you're going to throw something. In poker, when you don't bet correctly or you do something wrong, you're telling your hand, when say you always got a good hand and you're always raising with this good hand, but you don't raise any other time and you check down or whatever, you're telling the other guys what you got. So that's basically what you're doing when it comes to to putting this guy in and out, you know, on run plays and pass plays. You know, they got Arcega-Whiteside. Oops, my bad. Didn't know much about him coming out of college. You know, just a Stanford guy. Another big body. I just don't think they did enough. Some of these guys probably aren't going to be starting, much let alone playing or making the roster. They have like 9 running backs. What is that? I mean, all 9 aren't going to get in. They have like 15 wide receivers. I mean, some guys got to go. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I just don't think that they just did enough. And then we finish off with the New York Giants. And again, it's the fucking Giants. Eli Manning. I think at this point in time, if the Giants are at the bottom of the basement at this point in time, with the first 8 games, if they don't have a winning record, if they're like 3-5, but they're 2-6 at this point in time, I really think this is where you're gonna see Daniel Jones come in and you know, get some reps in for the rest of the year. But you know what? Let's go back to the footage, and this is where we're gonna have a little bit. I'm gonna have a little bit of a disagreement with some of these games here, and I'll explain it at the end. But again, cue that.
Pretty simple. You get a fast start, you get rolling. Now this is where it gets a little nerve-wracking.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have
7-1.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm gonna have them here get a W with the Vikings. I still think Kirk Cousins has a lot to work out, even though I do like them, and I just think the Cowboys' running game is a little bit better. We're gonna beat the Lions. Now we're in New England. Oh, Tom Brady and the Pats. They're going to be doing W.
Don't do it.
W.
Okay.
Right there. All right. Bills, W. Fourth quarter. Here we go. We're going to take a loss. You guys, it's cold in Chicago. We already know they're going to lose to the Rams.
Because they pay you.
That always happens. Stop. You don't tell everybody that. Loss in Philly. And then W here. 12-4.
Now you see that? You see that? 12-4. You know what? I said we were going to be 11-5 or 12-4. That's what I said. Now there's a little bit of a discrepancy in picks there, because there's some teams I don't think we're going to win, and there's some teams I do think that it could be a possibility. So I'm going to switch up some wins and losses in this part of the video, because I just think that the team did enough in the draft. A team did enough in the draft and whatnot and all that other shit. So let's start it. Minnesota. We're going to win that game. I don't think they did anything in the draft for me to be like, you know what? They're going to give us some fits there. So that's another win for us. Putting us at 8-1. Then we're going to face the Lions. And you know what? I'm going to have to agree with Simus. The Cowboys always have an oops, fuck up game. And I think it's going to be the Lions, because we all know what Matthew Stafford has done to us. And I think with adding that tight end that they drafted, TJ, whatever the fuck his name was, he's one of the top tight ends in the league. I mean, come out of that draft. So I think they did enough there offensively to where it can compete with our defense, and just Matthew Stafford just fucks us somehow all the time. So I'm going to give Detroit that win. And then they had us beating the Pats. I don't think so. Tom Brady has done much more with less. You give him Demaryius Thomas, and then you give him one of the best wide receivers in the draft, and you think we're going to beat them? I mean, I've said, this is a game of coaching. This isn't a game of talented players go out there. This isn't basketball. This is coaching and scheming and all kinds of shit. Yes, you need the talent, but obviously, Coach Belichick has done more with a hell of a lot less. 6 times. Been there 9 times. So no, the Cowboys lose to the Pats. Then you get your return game to Dallas Stadium with Measly Beasley, and the Cowboys win that game against Buffalo. Then this is where I had the Cowboys losing before, but I honestly think the Cowboys are going to win this game. I honestly do. They're going to win it. I think Trubisky is going to come down and just fuck this game up. I think it's going to be a defensive game, because they're going to have 2 top defenses. It's going to be cold at that point in time. and I just think Trubisky just fucks up, and it comes down to a field goal, so we got to win there. We're going to lose to the Rams. We'll probably lose to the Eagles. Like I said, I have us splitting, and I'm not changing that in any way, shape, or form. And then I have us beating the Washington Redskins. So 11-5 is where I have us, and I have us finishing either top of the division or just right behind the Eagles, because it's a two-team race. And I honestly think the Eagles don't win. I think they win 10 games this year. I think they go 10-6. They might as well go undefeated with what the 98% of Eagle fans are saying about their. I mean, if Carson Wentz can stay healthy, maybe they can get 13 wins, but I see them as a 10, 11 win team, just like us. So, yeah, 11-5 is where I see us, and it's gonna be a fun season. I'm out. Peace.